Good afternoon, Raider baseball fans. Coming off of a Game 1 series where your Rouse Raiders took Game 1 7-1 over the Mules, and we come into a Game 2 today, which was scheduled for 1 o'clock and has been bumped to 1:30 due to the rain. Jonathan and I got here really early. We were here before anybody. And
trying to stay dry when we got here.
It was pouring down rain. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Jonathan Kaspar, ready to bring you Game 2. The Raiders on the field getting their warm-ups in before we get this contest underway. This game brought to you courtesy of the Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club. We want to thank Brian Sparshoe, Susie, and all the executive officers that make sure that we're able to broadcast these. As the playoffs, we actually have to pay a fee to the UIL and NFHS in the playoffs. So you have to actually request rights each and every week throughout the playoffs in order to live stream these events. And they usually let me know in the middle of the week if we've been granted rights or not. If not, then it becomes an audio-only broadcast. And
right.
So thankfully we're able to do this for them.
As everybody can see, we've got a great view here today for you. Gracious hosts here at Concordia were allowing us to sit in the press box, so we're out of the elements, which is awesome. We've got a great view here behind home plate, able to zoom in a little bit as well, so hopefully everybody at home can enjoy that. And for sure, please let us know you're listening in and watching the game, and hit us up on chat.
Right, absolutely. We do monitor the chat throughout the broadcast and love to hear from both fan bases. Let us know where you're listening in from. You got family that's out of state, out of town. Let them shout out their favorite players. We'd love to hear from you, for sure. So we do have scores from last night's games throughout the area. Yes, and Jonathan will go over those.
We'll dive in. So Georgetown A&M Consolidated. A&M Consolidated did even up the game or the series, having won 6-2. They do have Game 3 slated to be 2 o'clock today. Winner of that will go on to face Lake Creek, who did advance to the regional round. Cedar Park did shut down Medina 14-4, run ruled them in 5, I believe, and
right.
they now swept Medina Valley and moved on. That is who the winner of this series will face between Rouse and Alamo Heights. Elgin did even up the series against Lake Belton, winning 6-5. Again, winner of that will face the winner of Pflugerville and Magnolia West. Their Game 3 is today at noon at Elgin, so they should probably be underway, barring any other weather delays for them. And then Lake Creek does take down McCallum 6-0, advancing, and that will be the series where they will see the winner of, obviously, Georgetown A&M Consolidated, as I mentioned earlier. Some more scores from around the area in the playoffs. Smithson Valley does advance against San Antonio, winning 10-0. They will play Bernie champions. So that was the 27-5A that we played against.
26-5A.
26-5A that we played our first series against in the by-district. Bernie, again, did beat Breckenridge 13-0. So big scoring wins on both sides of that one, so that'll be an interesting matchup as they go each other.
Both those teams out of 26-5A.
Yes, and then obviously we did win Rouse Game 1 7-1, and currently getting ready to get going here with Game 2, and we will see Cedar Park, or the winner of this will go on to see Cedar Park. Pflugerville did fall to Magnolia West in their Game 2 or Game 1. They will have Game 2 today as well. They will go on. Winner of that will see the winner of Lake Belton and Elgin. So that gets us up to date as far as where we stand right now in the playoff picture. Obviously, a lot to be determined, but our focus right now is on front and center this Game 2 between Rouse and Alamo Heights Mules.
Blake checking in. Go Mules. Alamo Heights out of District 27-5A. They're 22-13, 14-2 overall. They're the number 2 seed out of 27-5A. They're coached by Joey Boyd with 3 years and 37 wins to his record. He's assisted by Colton Hermes, Frank Lara, and Bo Savinich. Their 2022 record, 26. They were in District 26 5A, and their record was 15-14-1. They were 10-6 in district, the by-district finalists, losing to the eventual state champion Georgetown Eagles. They have 7 returning starters. The Rouse Raiders, out of District 25 5A, they're 24-10-1. They're 25-10-1. They're 9-5 in district. They were the number 4 seed out of 25 5A. They're coached by Chad Crimping, 22 years as a head coach with 476 career wins. Assisted by Josh Harris, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2022 record was 23-10-1. They were 10-4 in district. District co-champs. They were by-district finalists, losing in a 3-game series in the 3rd game to New Braunfels Canyon. They have 9 returning starters this year, and what a game it was last night between these two squads. Starting out, and a little rain delay here, the uncertainty of how this is going to look. We have kind of a break in the weather, but around 5, 6 o'clock, it's supposed to pick back up again with more rain back in the schedule. How the teams got here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I know we were able to go over this prior to yesterday's game. Very similar circumstances. Alamo Heights, obviously with their 22-12 overall record and 14-2 in district. They came out of 27-5A as the 2nd seed. They did beat Eagle Pass Mavericks in the by-district series, losing game 1 and then going on to win both 2 and 3, game 3 in a 7-0 big win. Again, very similar Rouse, 24-10 overall, 9-5 in district. They were the 4 seed out of 25-5A, but they were victorious in the by-district round against the Canyon Cougars, losing as well game 1 and then winning games 2 and 3, and game 3 being a run rule 11-1 in the 5th win. So, again, very similar circumstances that played out for both of these squads as they have now found themselves facing each other in another game, too.
Want to give a shout out to the Georgetown Shirt Company. We are Georgetown and Austin's best resource for custom screen printing. Our professional print shop staff screen print thousands of garments every day, and we would like to put our expertise to work for you. Call us at 512-869-0979 or visit our website at georgetownshirtcompany.com. Great. Thank you to those folks that print up our playoff jerseys.
Wearing one right now.
Each week. And Jonathan does have his on. He didn't wear it last night, but he's got it on today. Coaches and umpires are at home plate, and we will be ready to get this thing underway here shortly. The lineups for the Raiders tonight, or this afternoon, Rainer Heinrich leading off at second base. Number 10, Landon Miller in center field, batting second. Batting third will be the left fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter, number 8, Oscar Salazar. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher for the Raiders this afternoon, number 15, Trey Schluter. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, number 11, Colin Correjo. Batting sixth will be the catcher, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting seventh will be number 34, Nolan Harris at first base. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe. And rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. For the Alamo Heights Mules, leading off will be the center fielder, number 11, Corbin Gunter. Batting second will be the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Duffin. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 14, Harrison Sobey. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, number 13, Bruno Robles. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 27, Will Broderick. And gosh, what an outstanding game he had last night.
Unbelievable. Really good arm back there behind the plate.
Got a couple of pickoffs from behind the plate last night. Batting sixth will be the second baseman, number 4, Parks Zunker. Batting seventh will be the left fielder, number 7, William Blake. Batting eighth will be the designated hitter, number 18, Brooks Kiesnick Jr. Batting, and he will be hitting for the starting pitcher for the Mules this afternoon, number 28, Gunnar Jones. And rounding out the order will be the right fielder, number 3, Trey Hildenbrand. Jonathan made a good point for the starting pitcher of the Mules. What a very aptly named pitcher for Gunnar Jones.
Gunnar Jones, great name. It's almost like he was destined to be on the bump at some point in time in his career. So great job there from his parents. So
this contest is a must-win game for the Mules. It's win or go home. For the Raiders, they would like to close this out and move on to face Cedar Park, but that's yet to be decided today. So a must-win situation for the Mules.
And I'm telling you what, guys, everybody at home, I mean, obviously when Michael and I first arrived here, as we talked about, I mean, it was super windy. The rain was coming down pretty steadily. Not a hard rain, but again, just real steady. It was cool, brisk, wet. Obviously, tin roof above us was making all kinds of racket with that rain hitting it. And I'll tell you, it is settled down here. No rain, knock on wood, at the present moment, and the wind has actually shut down as well. So as the flag is laying limp there in left center, and that'll be interesting to see how it's still a real thick air, so the ball I wouldn't expect to travel much. But
well, the good thing is that there's been no lightning.
Correct.
We've heard thunder off in the distance, but no lightning as of yet.
Yeah, so obviously if we do get any weather, I know Coach Mann, visiting with him and Coach Thomas before the game, and they were monitoring radar and lightning pretty regularly. So hopefully it'll hold off and we can get this game in.
Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy checking in. Let's go Raiders. Get her done. I'm going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just a moment. It's baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway here at Tornado Field on the campus of Concordia University. It is a nice temperature, 74 degrees at game time with a wind of 9 miles an hour, but you can't tell that from the flag flying out in the center field.
Yeah, now luckily I think we will be able to keep the crowd mic going for this game. We did have to really monitor that last night as the wind was whipping through here and giving a lot of feedback, so we had that down, but I think we'll be able to get a lot of good quality, hopefully quality, and not anything out of the ordinary. I was giving a couple of people grief beforehand, telling them they had to make sure to sign off on their waiver if they were going to sit really close to the crowd mic before the game. So again, we'll be able to get some good sound from around the stadium here as the game gets underway, and obviously we're getting a few warm-up pitches in here from Gunnar Jones.
Defensively for the Mules this afternoon, on the mound, number 28, Gunnar Jones. Behind the plate, number 27, Will Broderick. At first base, number 14, Harrison Sobey. At second base, number 4, Parks Zunker. At third base, number 13, Bruno Robles. At shortstop, number 6, Jackson Duffin. In left field, number 7, William Blake. In the center field, number 11, Corbin Gunnar. And in right field, number 3, Trey Hildebrand. Due up for the Raiders in the first Rainer Heinrich, Landon Miller, and Caden Kaspar.
Yeah, and one thing I know, obviously anybody that's ever had an opportunity to play turf field, they can notice a substantial change in how the ball reacts once it does get wet. And speaking with a couple of players for Concordia before the game, they did mention this type of turf is a medium-sized turf, as they explained it, and will have a lot more reaction off that skipping ball as the day goes here, and something to keep an eye on for the defenses.
Jones pitching from the stretch. First pitch offering in for a strike on a pitch that looked down and away.
It was good, man. I mean, we've got a great spot here right behind home plate, so it's a good pitch.
0-1, that is fouled for a strike, and Heinrich quickly in an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Rainer, starting off game one hot, just hitting a shot to left center in the leadoff spot.
And Heinrich hits this one up to second. Zunker has it throw to first in time, and that will do it for Heinrich.
Almost too much of a nonchalant toss there from Parks Zunker as Rainer was trying to beat that throw up the line. But he was able to get him in a quick bang-bang play.
Jones toes in on the rubber. First pitch offering to Miller. He lays off for ball one.
Yeah, and again, just yesterday, anything that was hit up in the air was just getting ate up and allowing really the fielders to get underneath the ball. Nothing really traveling very well, so we'll see how that may change here in game two.
Kaspar on deck, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Tell you what, right away I'm noticing Gunnar Jones, great movement in that breaking pitch as it has dropped out from underneath the barrel of both Landon and Heinrich here in the first two batters.
We had Jake Lepp in the house, I believe.
Yeah, I talked with Mike earlier. He was getting confirmation of game.
The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That slider just caught Miller off balance. 1-2 the count to Miller. Jones shakes off the sign and then gets one he likes. And again, he goes back with another breaking ball and gets a strikeout. 2 away for Caden Kaspar.
Left fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar.
Kaspar digs in from the left side. A little righty-lefty matchup. Breaking ball misses the outside corner for ball one. And that pitch gets the outside corner for strike two or strike one.
Tell you what, very, very similar pitches there.
Jones comes set. The pitch. That's outside for ball two.
Saw a lot of that yesterday, really trying to work that outer half, and looks like they're going right back at it, just trying to really stay away from the hitters. Rouse is very dangerous at the plate.
And Kaspar will give this one a ride out to center field. This will one hop the fence, and Kaspar will have a stand-up double.
Woo!
A 2-out double for Caden.
I'll tell you what, I was waiting to see if he got that hit because pre-game, Caden and I were talking, and they were getting a little bit of time in at D-bat. He goes, Dad, I figured something out. I know what I was doing. I know I was getting a little underneath it, and I guess it's true. He absolutely sent that one for a ride. hitting it about 385 to a 400 center field. So
325 down the lines, 370 to the power alleys, and 400 to straightaway center. Oscar Salazar will dig in for his first at bat. Colin Correjo on deck, and Salazar will take for ball one.
Yeah, right away, obviously we're seeing that difference that the wind makes. I think that hit right there yesterday would have probably been able to allow Corbin Gunter to get under it.
The 1-0 pitch from Jones. That's in for a strike.
Yep, Mike Alepa is over there with Jake, the long-haired Jake Alepa.
All right. Salazar will give this one a ride. Foul.
Wow, he absolutely crushed that one too.
1-2 the count. One on with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Yeah, good spot to see Oscar in here as he has speed on the base path. If he can get in there, get something out into the grass.
The 1-2, and Salazar pops this one up. Jones is being called off, and Zunker will make the catch.
Catch made by Paul Zunker. No runs on one hit, no errors, one man left on.
No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on after 1/2 inning. We're scoreless here at Concordia University. Due up for the Mules in their half of the first, Gunter, Duffin, and Sobey. Defensively for the Raiders, on the mound, number 15, Trey Schluter. Behind the plate, number 22, Nathan Miller. At first base, number 34, Nolan Harris. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. At shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe. In left field, number 7, Caden Kaspar. In center field, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 11, Colin Correjo.
Yeah, and we, seeing not a huge change here. Obviously, the core defensive players are out there, as is the normal case here for Coach Krimpine, and we do see Nathan Miller as the catcher here today. He is traditionally that second guy, whether that be Oscar on the bump or now Trey Schluter. Nathan Miller is the guy that catches those, where Xander Forsell is pretty exclusive to catching Colin Correjo, as he did in game 1. But we do see, obviously, Colin back into his normal resting spot out there in right field with Nolan Harris at first. Mikey Caputo is the, obviously, utility guy. We can see him all over the place, and he is now going to be chilling right now, waiting for his spot to come in and possibly hit in this game or be on the field. So we'll see how that goes. See some Cedar Park guys making their way in as they swept. See Brooks Dillman coming up the stairs here, as well as a few other guys here for the Cedar Park Timberwolves.
For the Mules, the center fielder, number 11, Corbin Gunter.
Number 11, Corbin Gunter will make his way to the plate for his first at bat of the afternoon. Trey Schluter from the windup, the first pitch offering. Fastball on the inside corner for strike one. Miller gives the sign. Breaking ball in for strike two.
And Trey really possesses a good breaking pitch, as we were seeing from Gunnar Jones. So it's going to be a good matchup on the bump for both sides.
Pitch down and away for ball one. Hear a lot of pop on that mitt.
Oh, yes, sir.
The 1-2 pitch. That misses low for ball two, and that will even it up.
Well, great thing about having the games here, if we do happen to get any drizzling rain or whatever, the fans will be protected with a massive covered stadium area, seating area here at
2-2 pitch. That misses outside for ball 3, and Gunner has worked it into a full count.
Yeah, doing exactly what you would expect from a leadoff. See some pitches. Don't chase. Be patient. Let your guys get a look at this pitcher.
The payoff pitch. And missed low for
it was
ball 4.
Now batting for the Mules, the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Duffin.
Jackson Duffin will make his way to the plate. Harrison Sobey on deck. Schluter from the stretch. First pitch offering a breaking ball in for a strike.
Duffin showing bunt there, but pulled away, thinking that was going to miss high, but that late break from Trey Schluter sneaks in for a strike.
0-1 pitch. He'll lay this bunt down the third baseline. That'll be played by Gonzalez. Throw to first in time. That'll go 5-3 on the putout of Duffin.
5-3 putout made by Gonzalez.
Great job of Blake, really, just having to really charge that ball, and his window to make that throw becomes very small as his body is traveling towards home plate, and he's trying to get it into a little window. Did a great job there.
Sacrifice bunt scored for Duffin. Schluter will deal a breaking ball. This is fouled off for strike 1.
Same fan out there
right.
Getting everybody. He's the hype man, obviously, for Alamo.
The 0-1, that's down and away for ball 1. That'll even the count.
I'd really love to know what he's saying. Can't quite make it out.
Miller gives a sign. Schluter checks Gunner back at second. Breaking ball just misses inside for ball 2.
Trey really challenging these guys here on the inner part of the plate. And
2-1 the count to Sobey. 2-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 3.
And of course, having already the one walk, Blake comes over, give a little chat to Schluter and just settle him in. Great thing you'll see about Trey. He never gets 2 up or 2 down, out there on the mound. It's great to see that, and really focuses his energy on the batter.
Sobey will call time and step out.
And now we have another Cedar Park, Quint Mullen, making his way in to watch this matchup here.
This one's fouled away for strike 2, and the count goes full.
Good turnout here for game 2.
Throw back to second will not be in time as Schluter spins off and Corbin back in standing up. Gunner come back in standing up. Well, it's Corbin Gunner.
It's Corbin.
Yeah.
It's Gunter. It's Corbin, or it's
Corbin's
Gunter.
Gunter.
Or Corbin Gunter. Works either way.
All right. The payoff pitch. Misses low for ball 4. And
For Harrison Sobey.
All right, not a problem there. That keeps the double play ball alive here now, with runners at first and second. So good spot to be in.
Two walks issued so far in this inning. Walks are hard to defend against. Two on with one out for Bruno Robles.
Now batting for the Mules, the third baseman, number 13, Bruno Robles.
Now's when we start to get into the teeth of their lineup here for Alamo Heights. We got some big guys coming up here in their 3, 4, and 5 hitters, or 4, 5, and 6, excuse me.
First pitch to Robles is high for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch. This is fouled off for strike 1. They're leaving it up.
You know, I got to see the American Statesman. Also, American Statesman did a couple of little talks with, Coach and Oscar and Colin. And, Colin had nothing but great things to say, obviously, about the defense behind him. He's, man, I'm just trying to get the ball down there, obviously challenge the batters. And
1-1 pitch. Misses inside for ball 2.
He went on to say he knew he had great defense behind him and, pitch to contact, right? Let the defense work. And, I expect Trey to really fall into that same suit as he's probably going to dial in here and start going at these guys and let the defense work behind him.
A 2-1 pitch. That's high for ball 3. Three and 1, the count to Robles. A 3-1 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 2.
Good job there. Good pitch. Now we want to see him continue that and go after these guys.
Full count. Payoff pitch. This is cut on and hit foul as Robles spoiled a very good pitch.
He did. Again, that movement, can induce the easy pop fly just as easy as it can the ground ball. And that's what we're looking for here. Just a quick ground ball, middle infield, work the double play, and get out of this inning.
Schluter comes set. He will spin off and look Gunner back to second. Payoff pitch misses high and outside for ball 4, and bases are loaded with Mules. A force at any base.
Mules, that'll bring up the catcher, number 27, Will Broderick.
Will Broderick will come to the plate, batting from the left side. Parks Zunker on deck. First pitch offering a breaking ball in for a strike.
Yeah, again, working that outer half. You can see here Will Broderick really tight against that batter's box line, crowding the plate. So interesting to see, will Trey try to bust him inside or not?
The 0-1 fastball. This is hit foul, and that will hit Corbin Gunner in foul territory.
Right in the feet. He tried to jump and get out of the way, and it actually caught both feet as he's a little shaken up over there. But those at home, as long as he is standing foul, when the ball hits him, that is not an in-play ball, so therefore, no issues with that. That is why you will always see, or should always see, anybody that's getting off the bag and taking their lead standing in foul territory if you're at third base.
Schluter will deal. This is lined back up the middle and into center field. That will score Gunter. And the Mules will take a one-run lead with an RBI single from Will Broderick.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there. And looks like number 10, we did see yesterday, Frederick Labatt coming in and wasn't quite ready. He had to actually tuck his shirt in. Coach was laughing at him. Coach Boyd, it's like, hey, buddy, be ready.
Bases remain loaded with one out for Parks Zunker.
Number 4, Parks Zunker.
Yeah, and Parks Zunker not to be confused with Gunter or Zunter. It is Parks Zunker.
First pitch in for ball one.
He called that a ball?
strike.
I'm about to say that was a strike, yeah.
He called that a strike.
I was like, wait a second, that was a ball? No, that was a great breaking pitch there. Stayed on the inner half of the plate.
The 0-1 pitch.
And
Breaking ball in for strike two. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball, misses for ball one.
Wow, great job of laying off of that was for Parks Zunker. He tried to bait him in to get a swing and a miss on that low breaking pitch, but he did lay off.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike three.
There we go. That's the Trey Schluter we're used to seeing right there.
That will bring up William Blake, the left fielder.
No, the poet.
Fielder, number 7, William Blake.
The poet, William Blake.
Yeah, the poet. You called that yesterday.
I did. I saw something reminded myself of that name from school days. I was like, he was a poet.
Blake will call time and step out for a moment. First pitch offering down and away for ball one.
Always interested there. What did he have maybe somebody in the family there that's a scholar, a teacher or something like that likes that connection?
The 1-0 pitch, that's high for ball two. Raiders do have some activity going in the bullpen. It looks like that might be Holbrook getting loose.
Yeah, lefty arm out there.
2-0 pitch. That's high for ball three.
All right, no place to put him here. We really need to go at him.
3-0 the count to William Blake, and he's got to have the take sign right here. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball in for a strike.
Great job. Great job there. Again, you don't want to give them anything to get Alamo Heights on a roll here.
The 3-1. That is cut on and hit back up the middle. Heinrich has it to throw to first in time, and that will do it. 4-3 on the put out of Blake.
Heinrich to Harris to end the inning.
The Mules get one run on one hit. They leave them loaded. And on to the second we go, and the Raiders lucky to be only one run behind.
Very much so. It just was just a little bit of a shaky start there, and Coach immediately bringing the guys in and having a quick talk with them, animated talk with them, as I can see him moving them arms around and really trying to get his boys fired up and get their heads in the right spot. Big game here, to keep the playoff run alive as they really want to make a deep run here. These seniors, most of them being a big part of the 2021 run, they feel it. They know what it's like, and you know, they obviously would love to have that feeling again as they just went round for round in that year. And timely hitting that year was the key. I think we had two great pitchers in Kit Hill and Norris, obviously both at the next level. Norris is at Richmond, which is actually just opposite of Eastville, where Caden will be going next year. So he did get a chance to visit with him whenever he was on his visit. So that was really nice. And Nathan Bergman, here, a senior for Rouse, will be going on to the next level, and he will be playing at Richmond next year. So Caden and him getting to play against each other.
Colin Correjo will come to the plate. Gunnar Jones on the mound for the Mules. Nathan Miller on deck. Correjo will take for strike one. Nice little slider down the middle.
We can see Jonathan Wilson down there working the Twitter feed and getting his video of both sides as he will post.
Breaking ball misses the outside corner.
Yeah, a little low.
Not by much.
Yes. Yeah, Jonathan Wilson does a great job in really capturing a lot of what we see out here. And
the 1-1 pitch. This is hit into left field or right field, and that'll be a base hit for Colin Correjo.
Great to see that. You know, going in when Jonathan Wilson having that, and Donald Boyles out here as well. A to Z out here. Everybody trying to capture the video and photos of the game. And, you know, obviously anybody that really wants to see those, follow those. Jonathan Wilson, Donald Boyles, and A to Z as they post a lot on Twitter.
Miller shows bunt. Lays off, and the back pick first, not in time, as Correjo dives back in safely. What a move by Broderick.
I'll tell you what, I mean, obviously a great pitch to handle on the bunt, and unfortunately Nathan comes up empty, but almost got Colin caught up in the pickle there, and he was able to dive back.
0-1, the count to Miller. He'll take for ball one, and that'll even the count.
Nathan really being a solid hitter throughout the year. You know, and with the leadoff on, you'd really love to see us continue with that and get some more base runners out there.
Broderick sets up outside, and that will miss for ball two.
I didn't. Yeah, he had to even look back to Kevin and say, hey, where was that at? You know, he did slide the glove in, but it was a really good-looking pitch.
2-1, the count to Miller. Correjo will take off to second, and
a great
the ball comes
pitch
out of Broderick's glove, and he has no play.
Great pitch to run on there. You know, it's always a toss-up, right? I mean, may get a good break, but we've already seen Broderick with his arm burn down even the fastest Rouse runners, and that was one that got away from him. So.
Yeah, he has very good pop time. 3-1, he lays off for ball four. And Jones gives up his first walk of the afternoon.
And immediately we do see Mr. 21, Dawson Snow, coming in to courtesy run for our catcher, Nathan Miller.
Now batting for the Raiders, the first baseman, number 34, Nolan Harris.
Nolan Harris will come to the plate for his first opportunity.
Yeah, Nolan obviously opening up the game, getting the first run for Rouse yesterday with the hit that he had. 2 hits, I believe, yesterday.
Yes, he did, yeah.
So, again, more reason to see him in the lineup again today. Going 2 for 4, I believe.
And he'll give this one a ride out to right center, and this is going to go to the fence. That will score Correjo. Dawson Snow rounds third, and he is headed for home. And a 2 RBI double for Nolan Harris.
And once again, getting that double with that blazing speed of Nolan Harris. And no throw to home as Dawson Snow was able to come in standing. So Nolan obviously looking to round off to bunt and thought twice about it, pulled back and was able to launch that one to deep right center.
Joe Sparshoe will come to the plate, and he will lay a bunt down. What a beautiful bunt. This could be, oh, and it's going to go into foul territory. Nolan Harris will score, and Sparshoe will dive into second.
You know, and now we're starting to see a very similar start, other than the fact that Alamo Heights did score first. Game one, Rouse was able to lay down multiple beautiful bunts up that third base line and draw bad throws from the defense of Alamo Heights and really change the game and allow them to just go on a run as they just continue to do the same throughout and draw bad throws, you know, as they, I believe, had 5 errors on the game from Alamo Heights and
7 walks, and 5 errors, and that was the tail of the tape last night. And another throwing error. He had it beat out. It was just an errant throw.
Well, and again,
that
wet.
Sent it into, you know, how much of a factor is moisture playing on the baseball.
A wet ball, you know, they really got a grip. I mean, ultimately, you've got to be telling your guys, hey, aim for feet, aim for feet. Stop trying to get it there on the fly. Aim for the feet of the guy at first base. So if the ball does get away from you, hopefully it's something that he can still handle. But that was well over the glove of first baseman Harrison Sobey.
1 on with no outs as Blake Gonzalez will come to the plate. He'll take for ball 1. He shows bunt and lays off.
Yeah, and Trey Hildebrand out in right field did a great job of covering that overthrow and almost would have had an opportunity, but Joe Sparshoe just too quick.
And again, Gonzalez, he lays a bunt down. Jones will play it. The throw goes into foul territory again. And that will score Sparshoe.
And again, I'm telling you, you've got to look low at your first baseman as your target line when you make that throw.
And the wheels have just fallen off in this inning for the Mules. 2 throwing errors cost extra bases.
Yeah, now you know it's in his own mind, in his head right now for Gunnar Jones. You know, really feel for him.
The run will score on the error. That first pitch down and away.
But once again,
ball 1 to Heinrich.
Rainer Heinrich squaring up like he's gonna bunt, and why not?
He's 0 for 1. He grounded to second his first time up. He turns on this one and sends it foul down the third base line.
Into the dugout, too, man. That was screaming into that dugout and probably bounced over their little half wall that's there. And
down there by the left field line.
Oh, did it? Okay,
yeah.
Good. It didn't. I mean, you always worry about that when making sure the boys in the dugouts are paying attention. And
1-1 the count to Heinrich. Jones pitching exclusively from the stretch. Throw down to second. Will be in time, and Gonzalez is picked off. Another outstanding throw by Broderick.
And I don't know whether that was a ball call or a strike. That was an actual strike call, so 1-2 is the count.
2-4 on the putout of Gonzalez.
And just like you said, I mean, Broderick is an absolute stud back there.
Heinrich will hit this one foul. Look at Coach Crimpine, his coaching box fielding percentage, 1,000 for the day so far.
Well, he needed to recover after that playoff run in New Braunfels. He was running from things and jumping over balls.
It was terrible. His coaching box fielding percentage in that game was just atrocious.
Oh, this is not good. Yeah.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Broderick will complete the strikeout. That'll go K2-3 on the putout of Heinrich.
A strikeout for Gunnar Jones.
2 away for Landon Miller.
Number 10, Landon Miller.
Miller, 0 for 1. He struck out in the first.
Yeah, here's another bat that I really want to see get going here in the playoffs. He did really well in the New Braunfels Canyon Series.
And he will take for a ball. Pitch just a little high. Caden Kaspar on deck. And he will just get a piece of this and hit it foul and upset with himself.
Well, he's really not obviously true casting, but he's just getting over, wrists breaking over the top of that pitch instead of keeping those
Miller's just a junior and plays with a lot of intensity.
Oh, he is an extremely intense guy, both on the mound, at the plate, in the field, and in center, and the U of H commit for pitching. So
1-1, and this is a towering fly ball to center. Corbin Gunner will track it and make the catch, and that will end the Raiders' second. If they get 4 runs on 4 hits, and they leave them empty.
As we head to the bottom of the second.
On to the bottom we go. Raiders leading this one 4-1 over the Mules. And likewise, Coach Joey Boyd calls his players over, and he's going to have the same type of conversation with his team.
For sure, and just as animated as Crimpine, you can look at him down there, head bobbing, arms flailing as he's really going at his guys, trying to get them back into this game. And it's still early. It's only 3 runs. They've shown, as they did in their past series, they've got the bats to be able to stay in this game and really liven up and score some more runs. So we're a long way from being over here.
Trey Schluter back out to pitch the second for the Raiders and hoping to improve off his first inning appearance as he gave up 3 walks in that inning. Not the inning he would like to have had.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And very uncharacteristic of Schluter.
But I'll tell you what, if there's anybody in that Rouse dugout, Trey's the guy that could come right back in here, shake off anything that was in the past, forget about it, and start new.
Brooks Kiesnick Jr. stands in. He'll take for ball 1.
Yeah, and we
Hildebrand on deck.
Did discuss that. This is the son of the UT great.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Brooks
he swings so stinking hard.
Oh, he's a big kid. Like I said, he's committed to play football at UT.
I'd be interested to see what his bat speed is.
Right.
He fouls that one off for strike 2. It was in on the hands, and he tried to adjust the bat and got a piece of it.
And that's a bold move right there, going and trying to challenge a big kid like this with that kind of bat speed on the inner half of the plate.
1-2, he fouls that one to the next state.
Yeah, because we've seen that. Just a flick of the wrist. He's fouled off multiples that were just moonshots and deep, going easily 400 feet, you would think. And he squares up on it, and he can definitely change a game.
The 1-2 pitch, will hit him.
Hit by pitch to lead off the inning for Kiesnick Jr.
And Kiesnick on board.
Yeah, and we'll be interested to see, will they put in a base runner for him? And they don't look to, and I made a comment last night, and we'll see if he does. You could tell he's an offensive lineman as he and again, that's my assumption, as he gets out there and takes his lead in that squat with his hands in front of him.
Trey Hildebrand will come to the plate, and he will bunt it foul for strike 1.
Yeah, and actually hit him, fouled off. I mean, that was –
Schluter from the stretch. the 0-1, and Hildebrand will bunt it foul again for strike 2. Corbin Gunner on deck.
Yeah, 2 great pitches there from Trey. Really difficult, you can see, for Trey Hildebrand to handle.
Kieschnick stays close to first. That is cut on and hit up the middle. The throw to second in time. The throw to first will go to the backstop or to the outfield fence, and Hildebrand will stay at first.
Yeah,
Fielder's choice. That will go 6-3 or 6-4 on the putout of Kieschnick.
Yeah, that was just really a slow roller to Joe Sparshoe, but knowing he did not have speed on the base path, he knew he had time to get Brooks Kieschnick at second, but still trying to turn it. Hildebrand had good enough speed there to be well past the bag before the ball was there to.
Gunner 0 for 0. He drew a walk his first time up.
Gunter.
And he lays this one foul down the third base line.
I'm also noticing quite a few Round Rock players in the stands here. I think they probably swept their 6A series to move on to the next round.
I believe they did, yes.
Again, I'm assuming they just have a really good team this year. I believe Alger here.
That pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Gunter. The 1-1 pitch, that's outside for ball 2.
Nathan Miller thinking about trying to do a little snap throw behind Hildebrand to get him, but no throw, and as Hildebrand dives back into first.
2-1 the count to Gunter. A breaking ball in for strike.
Ooh.
That was some nasty right there.
It was well inside, but I guess had enough break there to catch a part of the plate, as it is called strike.
Schluter comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. This is hit into left field. That will go to the fence. Caden Kaspar will throw it in, and Hildebrand will score. An RBI double for Corbin Gunter.
Yeah, great shot there from Corbin as he just painted it right down the line, not really giving Caden Kaspar an opportunity to play that in the air, and did what he could as it rattled around in the corner down there. Got caught up a little underneath the mats there in center left field. Michael, I'm still waiting for Sawyer to get back in the chat and give us the rest of that knock-knock joke that he didn't finish up on yesterday.
He left us with a cliffhanger. Jackson Duffin will stand in. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Schluter has it, throw to first in time. That was a bang
play as he was getting up the line.
He was up the line, and
he's
that'll
still
go 1-3 on the putout.
Still able to accomplish what he was looking to do, and that's advance the runner. But honestly, he was very close to having an infield hit there. But Schluter does a great job, unlike his counterpart, of just making sure to make a solid throw that the first baseman can handle.
Sobey 0 for 0. He drew a walk his first time up, and he was able to check his swing and holds off for ball 1.
Yeah, the appeal does go down and is called safe. Again, back to having our 4-man crew here officiating this game, and Kevin made his way from first last night down behind the plate.
This is popped up and playable, maybe. Well, it'll hit the top of the stadium, but
almost hit me
the
in the head.
umpire dropped the ball. And I thought he just fell right there behind Miller, and then the hit. So I'm like, okay. It's like, how did I see that? 1-1 the count to Sobey. That pitch in for a strike on the inside corner.
And again, really, Trey just, again, going after these guys on the inner half, really challenging the Alamo Heights hitters, and he's been very effective up to this point with that pitch.
The 1-2, a breaking ball down and away for ball 2. Do have some activity going in the Raider bullpen. This is hit back up the middle. Gonzalez has it. The throw to first in time. Wow.
That was a little close. Too close for comfort there. As,
one run on one hit, one man left, and after 2 complete, it's 4-2 Rouse.
Yeah, Blake fielded it cleanly, but when he came up with it, he double clutched it because I don't think he had a good grip on it the first time, which is, it's good to be able to reset and have still an opportunity with a strong throw to get the runner at first. So no harm, no foul, you know. Made it interesting.
For the Raiders, Kaspar, Salazar, and Correjo. Gunnar Jones makes his way back out to the mound to pitch the third. What a game we've got going so far between these two clubs.
You know, and obviously Alamo Heights already doubling their score in 2 innings of work here from what they were able to post yesterday. So
the UIL State Baseball Tournament will take place Wednesday, June 7th through Saturday, June 10th at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. All Conference 4A games will take place at the Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin. Tickets now available at uiltexas.org/baseball/state.
yeah, you know, it's something that the boys always look forward to, if those that can make a deep run, getting an opportunity to play at Dell Diamond, you know, on a semi-pro ballpark that is second to none out there as far as semi-pro fields go.
Caden Kaspar will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a double. Left stranded back in the first as he doubled to center. He will take for a strike. The 0-1 pitch, that one's fouled off for strike 2.
All right, right away, getting behind in the count. See how he responds. Always in that 2-strike stance. He shortens up.
Salazar on deck. The 0-2, that will get away from Broderick. And Salazar, look at him. Keeping his on-deck fielding percentage perfect. One and 2, the count to Kaspar. Jones will deal. This one's fouled off and out of play. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching area playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. Give us a shout out. Let us know where you're listening in from, who your favorite player is. We'll shout it out over the broadcast. The 1-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 2.
And immediately noticing the defensive change as Corbin Gunter has scooted back just a hair in center field.
The 2-2 pitch. This is hit back up the middle. This is off the glove of Zunker, and that will be an E4 as Kaspar will reach base.
You know, we'll take that, obviously, getting the leadoff batter on.
Raiders, the designated hitter, number 8, Oscar Salazar.
Oscar Salazar will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to infield. The play made by Parks Zunker on the pop out. The first pitch offering misses outside for ball 1.
And I'll tell you what, we'll see how aggressive Coach Krimpine wants to be here. Knowing the arm that Broderick possesses back there at catcher, will he give Kaspar the green light to steal?
1-0, that's down and away, and Broderick quickly up.
You know, and knowing what we did see last night, I would hope.
He threw Rainer Heinrich out. I think you're going to respect that arm back there.
Well, that and what has happened just now. Back-to-back balls. Don't give an opportunity to give them an out with your leadoff runner on. You know, see if he can work a walk here.
That pitch outside for ball 3.
As, of course, now he is in a 3-0 count, so no reason to force the issue here by trying to get a steal unless the ball just gets past and you have an easy opportunity to take second base.
Do have some activity in the Mule bullpen. Number 26 is getting loose.
A walk for Oscar Salazar.
And Salazar will draw the walk. And Coach Boyd is going to call time.
And it looks like he is already making the phone call to
number 26. Call to the pen.
Wow, I thought we were in a major league park here, man.
The call to the bullpen brought to you by Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club.
Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club, yes, sir. And this
and
is
the Georgetown
number
Shirt Company. 26.
6, which is going to be Watson Laswell. Lasswell. Watson Laswell.
Jones unable to record an out in this inning. Will go 2 innings.
And again, it's win or go home for Alamo Heights. Already down by 2 runs. Coach Boyd does not want to take any chances here in getting any more base runners for Rouse. And
Bryce Jordan out on the field, so he may be pinch running for Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, and again, we talked about that. You know, Oscar is sporting the brace on the left arm, having strained it a little bit. And, you know, Coach, no risk putting him out there and having to slide in and hook with your left arm like they do so often.
Jordan, one of the runners picked off by Broderick last night.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And he does possess good speed, does Bryce Jordan, and as well as Rainer Heinrich. And he also gets the caught stealing. So going over real quick, Gunnar Jones does go 2 full innings on 45 pitches, 26 of those for strikes. Did allow 3 hits with 4 runs, 2 of those being earned, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So, you know, sort of picking up where they left off with the pitching. They didn't, 2 walks isn't a ton, but it's obviously for only 2 innings, that's not good. You don't want to see that as a head coach from your starter.
Colin Correjo due up. And Correjo 1 for 1 with a single to right.
Yeah, and now with Bryce coming in to relieve Oscar Salazar, we do have good speed present on the base path for the Rouse Raiders, and we'll see if Coach elects to have Correjo lay down a bunt here, or does he allow him to hit away? I mean, obviously was great shot that he had in his first at bat, hitting that through the hole between first and second into right field.
Now batting for the Raiders, the right fielder, number 11, Colin.
But as effective as the bunts have been, Colin being a very good bunter of the ball.
2 on with no outs for Colin Correjo. Parks Zunker coming in on a defensive play. And that could be trouble if he hits away. And he will lay the bunt down. That will be played, and it'll be mishandled by Laswell.
And immediately what happened last night, same thing. Zunker comes running in to really draw off the batter on laying the bunt, but Colin just up the third base line perfectly.
He wasn't intimidated by that at all,
Not
and he
at
lays the perfect bunt. He beat it out. There would have been no play at first.
And it was a strong bunt that got well past Zunker up that third base line, so they both were all chasing it.
Nathan Miller will come to the plate. He'll take for ball 1. Bases loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the top of the third. Laswell winds and deals a breaking ball in for a strike.
Would love to see Nathan really, if nothing else, get a deep fly ball, get a sack, make sure we get at least 1 run in. If he can put something down and in the gaps, and Bryce has an opportunity.
That pitch misses high for ball 2. Broderick quickly up. That could have gone to the backstop. But as quick as he moves, I don't know that you want to challenge on that.
No, he's does such a great job back behind the plate.
2-0 pitch. That gets the outside corner for a strike. Laswell with a 2-2 pitch. This is hit out towards right center, and that'll fall in for a base hit. And that will score Caden Kaspar with an RBI single for Nathan Miller.
And I don't know whether you noticed or not, Michael, but Hildebrand doing an excellent job out in right field fooling the base runners. That we could see from here was down no matter what, but he actually put his glove up to mimic like he was going to be able to make a catch on that, which held both Bryce Jordan and Caden Kaspar up on the bases, so really not allowing multiple runs to score. So really good job there from him.
Nolan Harris with a 2 RBI double the last time up. He will take for ball 1. The middle of the order getting it done for the Raiders this afternoon. Raiders leading at 5-2.
Ball 1.
That pitch misses low and inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Harris. Laswell from the windup, the 2-0 pitch. That's high for ball 3. No place to put him, and Harris in a 3-0 count. Broderick giving Laswell a little encouragement. Said, come on, Bubba, just give me a strike here.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, with this, here, I'll let this pitch play out.
The 3-0, that's in for a strike.
Good job there. I did misspeak yesterday, everybody. I mentioned that it was prom night for Rouse last night, but that is, in fact, tonight.
That is fouled off.
As they would love to be able to win this game, to not run to a game 3 and be able to get home and get cleaned up and have time for pictures and everything before prom starts.
Full count, payoff pitch. That is fouled off as Harris just stays alive.
He didn't miss that one by much. You see that ball foul straight back behind him, and that just means he was just a hair underneath that, and starting to see, getting the timing down and trying to barrel up something and go shopping in the gap like he did his last at bat.
Payoff pitch, and this is hit deep to right. Hildebrand will not be able to catch it. It's to the fence, and that will score 2, maybe 3.
Oh, Lord, that throw was
And what a play by Broderick. He makes that catch. Oh, my goodness, that was going to go to the fence. Another 2 RBI double by Nolan Harris.
He has absolutely hammered that. Hildebrand looked like he was going to be on it, and he just kept floating back and ended up diving at the last moment to see if he could come up with that ball, but it did just get outside of his glove. Hopefully he's okay, because he did dive and came down pretty hard on his right arm, and we do have a
Thompson
runner coming in Connor Thompson coming in for Nolan Harris, as he's greeted immediately by his teammates with the high fives, and congratulations there on another strong hit off the bat of Nolan Harris. And Dawson Snow is also in for Nathan Miller, so we do have the courtesy runner in Dawson Snow and the pinch runner in Connor Thompson at second and third.
Laswell will wind and pitch, and that will hit Sparshoe to load the bases.
Hit by pitch for Sparshoe. Brings it to the third baseman, number 3, Blake Gonzalez.
And again, no outs, and we're almost batting around here in this inning, are the Raiders.
Gonzalez will take for a ball.
Where did that miss? I would assume low. Can't quite tell, but did look to be a really good pitch.
Rainer Heinrich on deck. Laswell shakes off a sign, and Gonzalez will call time. Bases loaded with no outs here in the third, and that pitch down and away for ball 2. Gonzalez is 1 for 1, and he was caught stealing back in the second. Pitch in for a strike.
You know, and Blake Gonzalez, the Mary Hardin Baylor commit, be playing infield for them next year.
2-1. This is popped up foul. Sobey tracks it, but it will go out of play for strike 2. 2-2 count to Blake Gonzalez. The 2-2 pitch. Wow, I'm not sure where that one missed at all.
Again, I'm assuming low. I mean, there's a lot of break on that pitch.
That was a nice looking pitch.
Similar to ball 2 that he got was low like that.
The payoff pitch, and that was hit the third. And Robles will take it and step on the bag and get the force on the fielder's choice.
And he comes
that will score Snow.
You know, I know he comes away with an out there, but I honestly think that the more prudent play would have been throwing home, so he didn't have to pause, stop, and then try to run back to third, and they may have had an opportunity for the double play going home and then back to first. So,
yeah, with Broderick's arm, you got to respect it, right?
For sure. You know, I think that would have been probably the better play there, but you do want to make sure you come away with at least one.
And that pitch fouled off.
And ball comes in, and fresh ball going out to the mound for Laswell.
Heinrich, the 8th batter of the inning. And that one
how did it
will
not
miss
hit him?
inside. Well, he didn't flinch at all.
No,
he would probably, if he hadn't, he would probably been forced to stay there. And
yeah, I mean, he moved and turned a hair, but yeah, you expected that to hit him, and it just had enough late break on it to.
2 on with 1 out for Rainer Heinrich. Landon Miller on deck.
Tell you what, Rainer's due here for another hit.
The 1-1 pitch from Laswell. That will hit him. As he gets hit in the shoulder.
And that is
that'll
now
load the bases.
Second hit batter of the inning. Oh, interesting game changer. Has Robles as the pitcher.
Interesting.
Which
Robles standing at third base.
Landon Miller.
Hang on, though.
Landon Miller will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out and flown out to center.
They are actually accurate. That is Robles. That is.
And that'll go
pitching.
to the backstop. And the netting actually worked as a pitchback. So
We missed this, Michael. So we did see 26 come in. 26
at
actually
third
is at
base.
third. Robles did go to the mound. I apologize, folks. And we saw 26 come in, and I think it sort of got mixed up in the cross up there with those guys that Laswell came in to third, and Robles is on the mound. So thank you, Kenny Espinoza, for bringing that to my attention. And game changer.
Miller will foul this one off. And that will even the count.
So Robles, having been the starter in both games at third base, and
well, I saw Laswell actually looked like he was in the bullpen. That one fouled off.
He was, and that was, I guess we stopped looking because we were updating our cards here in the box and just really didn't pay attention to him physically walking to the
I can see
mound.
we're going to have to hire us a spotter.
Where's Alepa?
Yeah, where's Alepa at? The 1-2 to Miller. Wow, that was a pitch close inside that
It definitely missed him, but another.
Well, no, I mean
close.
that could have gone either way. I mean that could have been a strike call right there, and he didn't even move the bat. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 pitch, and this one is a fly ball, shallow center field, and Duffin will make the catch, and Sparshoe will hold at third.
Catch made in short center field by Jackson Duffin.
2 away for Caden Kaspar,
who did lead this inning off
with an E4.
Now batting for the
And
Raiders,
scored,
the left
so-
fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar.
Also, great job here of E.J. Sanchez calling the game from the press box here at Tornado Field.
EJ, a broadcaster himself. This is a fly ball to left in foul territory, and will be a long strike. Do have activity going in the Mule bullpen. Number 16 is getting loose.
Hopefully he will be the guy that comes on the mound if he. Keep an eye on that.
1 strike count to Kaspar. And Sparshoe attempted to steal home.
Sparshoe caught stealing.
And it'll be and actually a big grin from Coach Crimpine as
That'll go to you.
In the inning, 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, left on as we head to the bottom of the third.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Kaspar will come up.
You know, and
Yes, he was in at bat.
Right, and I was actually looking at Krempine to look at Caden to say, hey, man, you were supposed to actually swing at that. You know, it was very high, you know, so it was definite ball, but it was that a suicide squeeze situation where you would obviously want him to make sure to get a bat on it regardless of where it is located, but he was not rounding to bunt, so don't know what the thoughts were there, but who am I to say anything? Coach Krempine has 480 wins to his credit and 60 playoff appearances, so he definitely knows what he's doing. Maybe he was just looking to get a fresh start, fresh set of outs in the next inning. And not having Trey Schluter sit too long and get cold. Obviously in the 60s here today.
This is hit out towards shallow center. This will fall for a base hit for Robles.
And again, lead off on for Alamo Heights Mules. Looks like we do have a courtesy runner coming in for the pitcher, Robles, and that is number 8, Hunter Conger. Hunt Conger.
Hunt Conger
will be the courtesy runner for
Will
Bruno
Broderick
Robles.
will come to the plate.
Obviously,
he is 1 for 1. He has singled to center field.
Coach Boyd announcing his courtesy runner to make sure that does get recorded by Kevin, the home plate umpire.
Zucker on deck. That pitch misses low for ball 1. One on with no outs. Schluter deals outside for ball 2.
We've got the noisemakers out here in the crowd. We got cowbells. We've got the little rattlers, whatever you call those things.
And this was chopped to third. Gonzalez to second for 1. The throw to first. Not in time as Broderick will beat it out on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, again, great speed there from Broderick to assure them of only 1 out.
That'll go 5-4.
In the courtesy run for Broderick is Frederick Labat.
And then, obviously, again, number 10 coming in, courtesy runner for the catcher, Broderick. And that is number 10, Frederick Labat.
Zunker with a strikeout his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss for a strike.
Yeah, and one thing I am noticing with Zunker is his first step is out and away. He's almost backing away from plate as he's swinging, so really difficult to get timing down and barrel up balls.
The 0-1, this is lined into the right field. Throw back to second. That'll be a single for Zucker.
Tell you what,
right side for Zucker.
The runner there, number 10,
almost got
Labat
hit.
almost got hit by that ball.
We've seen that happen once this year so far.
Yeah, and it's an automatic, he is out, if he makes contact with that ball.
Yeah, and that happened to us.
It did. Unfortunate situation there in the Cedar Park game.
That was Rainer Heinrich that got hit in the foot with it. Just unfortunate. 2 on with 1 out. for William Blake. Blake grounded to second his first time up. That will get by Miller, and runners will advance on the wild pitch.
And Trey just, again, want to see him settle in here, not worry about the guys on the base path, and really go after the hitter here in William Blake.
That pitch misses high for ball 2. It almost sounds like one of those spinning wheels.
It is, yeah. It's the.
No, I'm talking about like you're.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You know, you're trying to win something and you spin it.
It's a baseball card in the wheel spokes of your BMX bike.
Yeah, something like that. Or a playing card. Pitch in for a strike.
You know, and honestly, from up here, that pitch looks almost identical. Obviously, it's probably a bit higher in the zone. And
do have some activity going in the Raider bullpen. I'm seeing multiple pitchers getting loose, 4 of them. The 2-1. This is hit foul down the third baseline. And the count will even at 2.
Yeah, we'll see what I can tell. It looks like Jack Knight, Nathan Bergman. I can't quite make out the rest of them. Oh, and actually that's 2 players from. Oh, yeah, that's.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Blake is retired for out number 2.
Gavin Silva would be another one that I do see out there, and then Holbrook, the lefty. So
Brooks Kieschnick Jr. will come to the plate. He was hit by a pitch his first time up.
And again, you know, one swing here, he could plate 3 runs, and
swing and a miss for strike 1.
He was able, I do remember seeing an update or a post from him. He had a grand slam walk-off in their final district game to win. Multiple home runs on the year.
Schluter from the windup. That pitch will miss for ball 1. Two on with 2 out for Kieschnick. Breaking ball outside for ball 2. Two and 1 to count. Swing and a miss as Schluter gets him to chase a high fastball inside.
And again on that inside, really. I mean, it's just awesome watching him go at these guys on that inner part of the plate, challenging them. And
the 2-2, this is fouled off, and Kieschnick will stay alive.
we do see a little bit of a shift here as Landon Miller is playing on the second base side of center field.
That pitch just brushes his jersey and will.
Reaches on the hit by pitch.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and once again, second time in a row that we have seen that.
Bases loaded with Mules. And looks like we got a pinch hitter for Trey Hildebrand.
For Hildebrand, number 19, Hunter Jones.
And that is Hunter Jones, number 19. If they are able to pick up on that from the crowd mic as EJ makes that announcement.
Hunter Jones will face Trey Schluter for the first time with bases loaded.
He does hit for Trey Hildebrand, who is in the 9 spot.
Corbin Gunter on deck. First pitch offering outside for ball 1.
And Hunter, another lefty. A lot of lefties on this Alamo Heights roster.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1, and leaving it up. He goes right back to the same spot.
Yeah,
but
same
gets the
spot,
strike.
and and both of them were very, very similar. And one gets the strike, one gets the ball, and
1-1. That goes outside.
yeah, outside for sure on that one. As he's tempting that spot. He sees it. It's like, I'm going to get a strike call. I'm going to try to live there because that's a great place to be against a lefty batter.
2-1 pitch, a breaking ball. Just misses.
Oh, wow. Like, I don't know where it missed, but a ball call it is.
Missed across the plate. The 3-1. That's ball 4, and that'll walk in a run.
And that is going to draw a quick mound visit from Harris, as actually Krimpine was out in the bullpen area to talk to his guys, knowing we have multiple
Gavin
arms.
Silva.
And yes, number 6, Gavin Silva with the flowing locks makes his way in on the trot from the bullpen. And immediately everybody comes out to give Trey. The crowd is on their feet to praise him and his efforts here in Game 2.
Hell, it's hard to believe that he's only gone 2 2/3 innings.
Well, I was going to say, and Schluter does go 2 2/3. He does 74 pitches, 41 for strikes. He allows 4 hits, 3 runs. Those 3 are earned, 2 strikeouts and 4 walks. Did also allow 2 base runners on hit by pitch, both being the same guy in Brooks Kishnick Jr. So that is the rundown for Trey, and he will be relieved by Gavin Silva, another junior right arm righty. And we see Gavin there also plays some shortstop, and he'll be a big part of the squad next year for Rouse, as they will have almost as many seniors next year as they have this year, with having 12 seniors on the squad for Rouse, with another 9 juniors right now. So definitely will be interesting to see how that unfolds, and I'll be here as much as I can and watch those, as obviously I'll be in a Kit Hill's spot here, where he was on the road quite frequently watching Andrew play, and now I'll have that opportunity, which super excited about that. And
I'll tell you what, I don't know about you guys. Y'all just kind of come and go. Here, my kids have moved on and done their thing, and I always come back. So I've done it 10 times.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Steve Kidhill is here every game.
Don't give me excuses. Give me results.
Hey, Steve Kidhill is still here every game as my headset that I have donned for the last year and a half.
You got to earn your sticker.
I'm not changing it. I'm not putting my name. I'm not saying I need my name. I'm just saying Steve is here.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't have that machine. I took it back to work. So.
I do have one at work. Maybe I'll make my own little sticker, and I'll leave it with you until I earn those stripes.
Oh, there you go,
Mr. Francis.
Corbin Gunter will come to the plate. He will take for a ball. He is walked and doubled. Has an RBI double to his credit.
And Gavin coming in and a bases loaded.
You pitch in for a strike, and that'll even things up.
Situation, but really just one swing away from getting out of this inning, as we have had 2 outs for quite a while now.
One and one, the count to Gunter. Fastball down and away for ball 2.
And Gunter is, I believe, is the one that scored the first run.
No, that was he did score on a walk.
Yeah, and after he had a double.
Curveball in for a strike, and Gunter is like, oh, man, I just missed that one.
Yeah, I don't know, that was a wave in his head like, man, I should have pulled the trigger, or that was I don't think that was a strike, but it for sure was a strike.
I think he realized that was a strike.
It's a beautiful pitch there. Gavin, again, possessing a lot of great movement.
Silva from the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. A fastball. This is hit back up the middle into center field. This will score 1 run, and Kieschnick will hold up at third. An RBI single for Corbin Gunter as Zunker will score. And that will keep the bases loaded.
The shortstop, number 6, Jackson Duffin.
Duffin will come to the plate. He is 0 for 0 with 2 sacrifice bunts.
Yeah, and he'll be looking to barrel up something here and keep this inning alive on a 2-out rally for the Alamo Heights Mules.
First pitch offering, a slider down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, really trying to entice these hitters to swing at that breaking pitch with a lot of late movement, but they're being very patient.
There's another slider in for a strike.
Able to work that about 4 more inches in towards the plate and get that strike call. So, again, great pitch there that really is going to have a hard time getting a solid barrel on it.
1-1. That misses for ball 2.
Yeah, Nathan gesturing that was outside, as Coach Krimping was probably asking where that was.
The 2-1. It's definitely outside, and 3-1 the count, and there's no place to put anybody.
Yeah, and Coach Krimping is just staying at the bullpen and having everybody ready.
Gets the outside corner for a strike, and the count goes full.
Yeah.
Duffin thought that he had ball 4.
Yeah, and that was, super close there. Hard to really say one way or the other. Coach or home plate umpire does see that as a strike. So
the payoff pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Raiders get out of a bases loaded jam.
In the inning, 2 runs.
As 8 Mules came to the plate, and they scored 2. 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave them loaded. On to the 4th we go. Raiders leading this one 8-4.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, allowing those runs to come in, even though it was only 2, that just makes it a tighter game and makes it a further away from a possible run rule, a scenario, and ending this game early.
One run comes in on a bases loaded walk, and the second run comes in on an RBI single from Corbin Gunter.
Yeah, right up the middle, and, a great piece of hitting from Gunter. And
Bruno Robles back out on the mound to pitch the 4th for the Mules. Due up for the Raiders in the 4th. Kaspar, Salazar, and Correjo back to the heart of the order that has been so effective in this contest.
Yeah, and Caden Kaspar getting to lead off this inning as he did in the 3rd. Able to get on with that error by the second baseman and see if he can't square something up here and do it with a good hit, and just get the bats rolling again.
Leading off the top of the 4th for the Raiders, the left fielder, number 7, Kaden Kaspar.
Kaspar has doubled and reached on an error. Oscar Salazar on deck, and Kaspar will lay down a bunt that goes foul for strike 1.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I wanted that one. He actually did the same thing last night, and it was an absolute beautiful bunt that just squeaked over the foul line. And, no doubt he was going to beat that out. And would have done so there as well had he been able to keep that fair, but that does draw the third baseman in, and he will probably look to swing away here.
0-1, that sails high for ball one, and that'll even it up. Robles has a sign from the windup. Pitch will go between the legs of Broderick to the backstop. And, hey, how about that Oscar Salazar? His on-deck fielding percentage at 1,000 on the day as he keeps that up.
With multiple opportunities, so.
Yeah.
Never sleeping over there, the Osal.
The always alert Osal. 2-1, this is lifted foul and out of play for strike two. That will even the count at 2.
Yeah, just pulling out of that one. Keep his head in there.
Robles shakes off a sign. He gets one he likes. A 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm not sure where that one missed.
That looked good from up here.
Yeah, it did.
Especially with Kevin. He loves those outer half pitches and calling strikes. And
3-2 the count. The payoff pitch. That's high for ball 4. And Kaspar will draw the walk.
And again,
it'll bring up Oscar Salazar. And
that's always what you would love to see your leadoff do in every situation is take pitches, spoil the ones that are good, and draw a walk or get a hit. You know?
Salazar has popped up and has walked. Golly, man, he hits a frozen rope foul down the third base line.
Smoked that one. And the guys in the bullpen warming up really had to keep their heads on a swivel there, as we do actually see 2 warming up for.
Robles comes set. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
2 warming up for Alamo Heights. Can't quite tell. 17 and 16 maybe? Yep, 16, so get you those players.
0-2 pitch. This is lined into right field. That'll be a base hit for Salazar, and Kaspar will reach third.
First to third on the single from Oscar Salazar. Now batting for
and the activity that we do have going for Alamo Heights, the Mules Salaburu, who we did see in last night's game, come in relief. He is up in the bullpen warming up. I did see another player, but I think he's just there.
Runners on the corners for Colin Correjo. Correjo is 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
Oh.
He will take for ball 1.
Another great pitch there. I guess, again, low, missing low. As it is ball 1.
Robles from the stretch. The 1-0. A breaking ball gets the outside corner. One the count. Nathan Miller on deck. And Correjo will call time and step out.
Yeah, definitely taking a really long time was Robles to deliver that.
And unlike the umpire behind the plate last night, who he didn't.
He would give it to him.
He'd give him time, but didn't call it.
Yeah, until about 5 seconds afterwards.
Right. Kevin, you definitely hear him. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, Kevin does a really good job back there, and he's been doing this for a really long time, and I know he does come back and listen to a few of our broadcasts, so give him a little bit of a shout out there.
1-2 the count to Correjo. The 1-2 from Robles, and this is popped up and hit out into shallow right field territory. Parks Zunker makes the catch, and Kaspar will score on the sac fly.
And again, anywhere out there is deep enough for that speed coming from third, as Colin really hit that extremely high, missing that pitch, but Kaspar able to score without drawing a throw.
And we'll bring up Nathan Miller. Miller has walked and singled with an RBI. Nolan Harris on deck. First pitch offering to Miller. Fastball down the middle for strike.
And Oscar is staying at first to run.
Well, he's already been pinch run for. If he comes out again, he's out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there you go.
That works for everybody but a pitcher. Salazar takes off, and that will hit Miller.
Miller reaches on the hit by pitch.
Salazar's going to go, what? I didn't have to slide?
I didn't have to. Hey, but that's a good base running job.
No stolen base for Oscar.
No, he had a great jump there, but I'll tell you, that just shows how engaged he is, because he wasn't looking back, which is I absolutely hate that as a base runner, watching to the left or right side as opposed to paying attention to the bag in front of you. It slows you down.
Nolan Harris, 2 for 2 with 2 RBI doubles.
Yeah, absolutely hammering the ball right now.
And he'll take for ball 1.
I'd like to see him actually turn on one and hit it more towards the shallower part of the ballpark and see if he can't put one over the fence. We know he has the power to do so.
Robles takes a look back at second. He'll deal high for ball 2.
Good looking pitch there, too.
Oh, that was way high. Where do you get good looking on that?
It looked good.
Come on, man. You're killing me, Smalls. 2-0 the count to Harris. And he'll foul that one off for strike. Raiders leading this one 9-4. And we're just in the 4th.
Oh my God, am I actually eyes deceiving me? Am I seeing a little blue sky out there and sun through the?
I do see some blue. Or actually, it's at just the bottom of the clouds. You look over here, it's just bottom of clouds.
Yeah.
Pitch misses for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Harris.
It is a very pretty sky, and we're starting to see a little bit of breeze picking up as the flag has rose up, and it looks like it is coming out of the north, which would make sense with these cooler temperatures.
3-1 to count. The 3-1 pitch outside for ball 4, and that will do it.
Walk for Nolan Harris.
To load the bases. Joseph Sparshoe will come to the plate. And he has singled and scored on an errant throw by Gunnar Jones.
For the Raiders, the shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe.
And he
Joe
has been
Little Shotty
he
Sparshoe.
has been hit by a pitch. Little Shotty at the plate. Make Grandma and Grandpa happy. They're listening in from Michigan. He will take for ball 1 a pitch that was really high, and Broderick getting a lot of work behind the plate.
You know, and one thing I did notice here a couple times, when he does make that stab high, he actually maneuvers and positions his body for any possible throw of anybody getting too far off the bag. So
that is hit foul down the third baseline, and it just goes foul. 1-1 the count. Blake Gonzalez on deck. Gonzo. Haven't heard from Sarah. Sarah usually chimes in. Lets us know that she's listening in. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
You know, and very quiet, you know, in the stands here from that Alamo Heights side, and they really would like to fire their boys up. And
a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 2. Robles pitching from the windup with bases loaded. 1-2-2 pitch. That misses inside for ball 3, and the count goes full.
yeah, and once again, just bringing another batter to a full count, as has been the case a lot on both sides of the ball.
The payoff pitch, and this is lifted into left center. This is going to score 2 more.
2 more.
A 2 RBI single for Joe Sparshoe.
And every one of the Raider hitters really getting involved here, and, you know, be interested to see that box score here at the end, I think, where, you know, everybody's, you know, having an opportunity to contribute in this game, and you'd love to see that.
11-4 the score now. Blake Gonzalez has hit into a fielder's choice and singled. The throw to first, not in time, as
Joe's good ways off,
shoddy,
too.
Little shoddy gets back in time.
Yeah, you had a big, big lead there.
That pitch misses high for ball 1. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Robles will step off and reset. Charlie Rouse in the house, the namesake of Rouse High School, longtime principal at Leander High School.
Oh, good
That pitch, a
there.
fastball down the middle for strike 1. Charlie and Sandra have been very active in the school's events
Yeah, they frequent
over
a
the
lot.
course of the years, and they don't let age slow them down.
Not at all, and always with a smile on his face, enjoying every minute of watching multiple teams, girls softball, boys baseball, basketball doing really well this year in the playoffs.
Volleyball.
Soccer, volleyball, yes, sir. I mean, they've really up and down the spectrum of sports has had a
And
really
wrestling.
good
Don't
year.
forget wrestling.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
1-2, the count to Blake Gonzalez.
I mean, they've all made the playoffs, and several of them making very deep runs in the playoffs. So
Robles will spin off and look Harris back to second. And
Harris with the lazy falling slide back
like
to the bag.
I was just a few feet off.
It's like, why are you looking at me? I'm not going anywhere over here.
1-2 pitch. And misses inside for ball 2.
Love to see Blake get on the board here with a hit.
The 2-2.
And
Breaking ball
unfortunately, no.
catches him looking.
A strikeout for Bruno Robles.
Yeah,
And back to the top of the order.
late movement on there just
Second
really
baseman, number 9,
froze him, you know, in thinking that was going to be a ball, but got enough of the plate to get that strike and third strike call.
Rainer Heinrich will come to the plate. He is grounded to second. He has struck out and has been hit by a pitch. He will take for ball 1.
And again, Rainer Heinrich, really the heart and soul of this squad, and has led the team in a lot of offensive categories
Just
this
a
year.
junior.
And he is a junior, yes, sir. And he is just an extreme class act out there. Carries himself very well.
Little Nerner. Nerner takes for a strike.
Man, looked high there, but even in the count now. And
The 1-1 from Robles.
great pitch.
And pitches. In there. That was a nice breaking ball.
Really relying on that breaking pitch, but it's starting to become very effective here and really keeping the Rouse batters off balance and not expecting it to have that much snap at the end to fall into the strike zone.
Heinrich will call time. Man, can you believe we're only in the 4th inning?
I know, it's just crazy, but,
We're
you know,
almost 2 hours into this contest.
I was going to say, with us having multiple runs in the second, third, and fourth, I mean, they've extended each inning.
That one fouled away.
You know, the only time Rouse has not scored is in the first, where they did get one hit, I believe.
Yeah, a double off the bat of Caden Kaspar.
Yeah, and that was after 2 outs, after the first two.
Oh, did that hit his foot?
No,
Yeah, it did.
oh, the foul
Yeah.
ball hit his foot, okay. Solid of a build as he is, may want to check that ball for a dent
Yeah.
if it hit him.
They're saying, let's go, Rainer.
That's right, trying to speak a hit into existence here.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch. And Chuck swing, but it's a strike. He said he went around.
Oh, yeah.
A strikeout in the inning for Bruno Robles.
And that will end the Raider 4th. They get 3 runs. On 2 hits.
In the inning, 3 runs on 2.
And it looks like the Cedar Park Timberwolves are making their way out of the stadium here, as there's a lot of them. Man,
They leave too.
at least 10 guys. And then here is Mr. Rouse making his way up the steps here in front of us.
All right. Gavin Silva back out to pitch the 4th for the Raiders. Due up for the Mules in their half. Sobey, Robles, and Broderick. Raiders leading at 11-4 after 3.5 innings. The UIL Baseball State Tournament will take place Wednesday, June 7th through Saturday, June 10th.
Leading off for the Mules, the first
At the Dale
baseman,
Diamond in
number
Round
14,
Rock. All
Harrison
Conference 4A
Sully.
games will take place at Dishwalk Field at the University of Texas at Austin. Tickets now available at uiltexas.org/baseball/state. First pitch offered from Gavin, in for a strike.
And then, again, going right back after that outer half of the plate. And This time does try to change things up and come inside and misses for ball 1. Even the count at 1. To the batter, Harrison Sobey, first baseman for the Alamo Heights Mules. And swing and a miss on the offering from Gavin Silva. Again, another breaking pitch that tails away from the right-handed batter in Harrison. Bringing the count to 1-2. Oh, great breaking pitch. Change up. Harrison thought it was going to be low, and it does bring up strike 3 for leadoff strikeout for Gavin Silva in his first or second strikeout.
13, Bruno Robles.
Bruno Robles will come to the plate. He has walked and singled. Pitch in for a strike. Pitch misses low for ball 1. That will even things up. One pitch. It misses low and inside for ball 2.
And as you said, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark here.
Curveball. Wow. That was a beautiful pitch.
Absolutely great pitch there.
Two, the count to Robles. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Another strikeout for Gavin.
And just like that, we're starting to see Gavin really settle in here, and as he had a few shaky pitches there in his first couple of batters and in the last inning, but now he's really working those pitches very well, inner and outer, working up and down.
Will Broderick makes his way to the plate. He has hit into a fielder's choice and singled. It's into shallow right center. And he will lift this one to shallow right field, and Rainer Heinrich will make the catch, and almost a collision there between Correjo and Heinrich.
Well, you could tell Rainer was having to shield his eyes from the sun's there. You know, obviously it's hiding behind the clouds, but we have a big cover over our heads, so it's bright enough that it really hurt, you know, him and trying to find out where it was, and almost thought that Colin was going to call him off until Rainer then let him know, no, I've got the ball, I'm good. So
the Mules go in order in the 4th. On to the 5th we go. And Bruno Robles makes his way back out to pitch the 5th.
quick little powwow there for the Rouse players as they disperse with the R Rouse chant.
I want to give another shout out to the Georgetown Shirt Company. We are Georgetown and Austin's best resource for custom screen printing. Our professional print shop staff screen print thousands of garments every day, and we would like to put our expertise to work for you. Call us at 512-869-0979 or visit our website at georgetownshirtcompany.com.
And just getting a quick glance here, I'm not seeing any defensive changes for the Alamo Heights Mules as Robles does come back out to represent them on the mound. And we do still have Laswell at third.
Due up for the Raiders,
Leading off the top of the fifth,
Landon Miller,
for
Caden
Raiders,
Kaspar, and
number
Oscar
10,
Salazar.
Landon Miller.
Miller is 0 for 3. He has struck out, flown out to center, and popped up to short. The first pitch from Robles. Misses high and inside for ball one.
getting a little shout out from one of my good friends, Larry Mulrain.
That will go foul down the left field line for strike one.
Possibly listening in, not sure if he's on shift. He's a Cedar Park firefighter and battalion chief. Does live in Midlothian, so it'll be great to see him have an opportunity to see Caden play at the next level, very close to Eastfield College. So
Snoop Daniel checking in. Sounded amazing, boys, and gives a donation. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That pitch cut on and fouled off for strike two. 1-2 the count to Miller.
Get back to the main video, folks. Unfortunately, not getting to see Landon's at bat there much. I still had it on Georgetown Shirt Company, so giving them a little love. And did get confirmation Larry is on shift and watching, so thank you for checking in there, Mr. Mulrain. I know Caden appreciates the support, and Mr. Coach Boyd coming out to have a quick talk here, but I don't know this is the first mound visit from him for Robles, so may just be a quick discussion. You know, they've shown glimmerings of getting their bats rolling and getting some runs, so, you know, they would love to try to keep this at 11 runs only and give their batters an opportunity to come in and hopefully make it a tighter game. You know, again, as we discussed, it's win or go home for Alamo Heights, and they don't want this run to end early in the second round, as they do have a lot of guys moving on to the next level, as we've heard. I think they have some A&M commits and UT commits. They've got a couple of guys that are staying closer to, as well as Incarnate Word.
Yeah, Robles is committed to Incarnate Word.
Yeah, great program over there in San Antonio.
1-2 the count to Miller. Swing and a miss for strike three, and that will do it for Miller in the fifth. One away for Caden Kaspar. Grandma Shoddy checking in. That's our little Shoddy, making Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy proud. James Swift checking in. What's up, my friends? Nice to see the Raiders still doing their thing. Looks like the Raiders will play my Wolves again in another competitive playoff game rematch. We will see you there, Swifty. They're good folks. That's hit back up the middle, and Robles has it to throw to first in time, and that will do it. That'll go 1-3 on the putout of Caden Kaspar.
For the Raiders, the designated hitter, number 8, Oscar Salazar.
That will bring up Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, and I know Rouse really wanting that rematch against Cedar Park, not having a great end of their season in district play, losing going 0-2 to them. And
pitch in for a strike.
And I know Coach has really talked about that in length, that just not the ending that he wanted for district play, going from first to fourth in that series.
Pitch misses for ball one. That actually looked better than the first pitch. Sawyer's in the house. I think he may be here. He's saying, you boys having fun in the booth? As a matter of fact, we're enjoying the booth.
Yeah, it's great in here.
2-1 the count to Salazar. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Salazar will hit this one into left field as Duffin couldn't get to it in time, and that'll be a single for Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, a little rollover CNI single there from Oscar, but, you know, strong enough to get it through the gap there, the 5-6 hole, as he keeps the inning alive.
So I think he was giving reference to, or Sawyer was giving reference to your football stuff with Kiesnick being on base earlier. I don't know if it was just the chat was lagging and it just all of a sudden just came in. At any rate, Robles gets the outside corner for strike one to Correjo.
Yeah, again, great pitch there. Living on that outer half on a lefty batter.
0-1. That's in for a strike. I was about to say, that's a good-looking pitch.
That's a great pitch, but, man, that is extremely wide strike zone when you really work both outer half and inner half there and getting strike calls on both of them. And, but trying to, it's a hitter's game.
Nathan Miller on deck. Robles comes set. Salazar takes off. Throw down to second. Not in time, and Salazar picks up a stolen base.
And that is actually the first successful stolen base
for
Broderick. The Raiders in this series.
One and two, the count to Correjo.
And now another runner in scoring position.
The 1-2 from Robles. And Correjo hits this one foul.
As you see the dads that are on the fence scatter. They weren't having anything to do with that as they all just peeled away from the fence, getting away from that ball that was smoked by Colin.
Robles opting to throw the baseball that the umpire had given him back to the catcher and take the one that was hit off the wall. Maybe he's got a scuff on it.
I tell you what, they talk about that, subbing out balls, and you get little scuffs here and there that can help the pitcher get a little bit more bite on that breaking pitch.
Robles will step off and walk to the back of the mound and toe in again. 1-2, the count to Correjo. 1-2 pitch. And Correjo just gets a piece of it. Duffin has it. Oh, and he bobbles the transfer. And the Raiders will have runners on the corners. He had to come in from deep in the hole to play that.
Yeah, and
I'm going to give Correjo a single on that one.
And I'll tell you what, that's why you don't ever stop running. You don't assume. I see it too often at the next level. The guys in the major leagues, they, granted, they're not going to make errors like that as frequently in the bigs, but they're not hustling out and trying to draw a possible bad throw or a rushed throw as it was there with Colin getting up the line.
Miller has walked and singled and been hit by a pitch. He will call time and step out.
Yeah, Robles really taking a long time there to accept the pitch and then
Nolan Harris on deck. First pitch offering outside for ball one.
And again, Nathan really tight against that plate so he can get a really good look at that breaking pitch as Robles has been throwing that regularly.
1-0 pitch. This is lifted foul and out of play for strike one.
Yeah, and that's it right there. You keep your hands down and through the ball there on that outer half pitch and drive it up the right field line, and you could be running for days with that kind of shot. And unfortunately, he got a little underneath that one, did Nathan Miller. Probably wants that pitch back and say, throw it out there again and give me another opportunity at it.
Robles steps off and re-engages. Correjo extends his lead at first. Breaking ball in for a strike. Two on with two out. Runners on the corners for the Raiders. Nathan Miller trying to make something happen.
I'll tell you what, he did a great job of fighting that inside pitch off his last at bat, being able to drop it into right center, shallow right center, and brought a run in the last inning.
The 1-2 pitch, and that's out of the hands of Broderick. on the transfer as he was attempting to throw Correjo out at second base, and Correjo kind of paused. And
I think he was trying to bait a throw, was hoping to get a throw.
But he was three-quarters of the way there.
Hey, you know, no harm in trying, right? You know, maybe he can get that, induce that throw and give Oscar an opportunity to score and keep the scoring streak alive.
Deuce is wild for Nathan Miller. The 2-2. That gets him on the shoulder. Another hit batter to load the bases.
Third one of the game, and that brings up the
to Nolan Harris.
Dangerous.
And my gosh, you might consider intentionally walking the guy.
Well,
he's been so.
Yeah.
But with bases loaded,
no,
you're not doing that, right?
I'm telling you, I still want to see him turn on one and hit it more towards the shallower part of the park and see if he has an opportunity to get him a little 4-run grand slam.
Harris with two RBI doubles and a walk. That pitch misses for ball one. Robles has Broderick go back through the signs again.
Yeah, he's just not comfortable up there.
The 1-0, and this is line to third, and he.
It didn't matter at that point whether he caught it or trapped it.
Laswell makes the catch as Salazar was off the bag.
No runs on one hit. 2 left on.
So was the catch or was the.
You know,
Bottom of the fifth for the Mules, the second baseman, number 4,
Ozzie the Wizard.
Dude, I'm telling you, I am smelling cigarette. I don't think you're allowed to smoke in these facilities.
No, I was about to say, yeah, I don't think that is allowed. Gavin Silva does come back out on the mound for Rouse. And
Zucker 1 for 2. He is struck out and singled. Pitch misses for ball one.
Yeah, and one thing I had mentioned is, difference between his first plate appearance and the second is stepping out. He didn't do that his second time. He's able to drive the ball to right field to keep their inning alive and get some runs.
Breaking ball in for strike 2, 1-2 the count.
And again, just, watching him, right, his first move is to step away, and it's just interesting why.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Parks Zunker.
That's now the third or fourth strikeout for Gavin.
That is the third.
Okay.
Well, let's see. He came in the third. That is his fourth strikeout.
Yeah, because I'm about to say he did have the one strikeout to end the inning with 2 outs when he came in.
William Blake will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He is grounded to second and struck out. He will get rung up on the strike on the first pitch, and that pitch goes outside for ball one.
I'm smelling it now. Yeah.
The 1-1, this is chopped on and hit over to second. Heinrich has it to throw to first in time, and that will retire Blake.
Yeah, really an undecided swing there from William Blake as he just sort of pulls his hands in and just barely barrels it. Just a slow dribbler over to Rainer Heinrich, who as sure-handed as they come over there in second base.
Kijnik has yet to record an at-bat as he has been hit by pitch both times he has come
and
to
he
the
almost
plate.
got hit again as he had to back off the plate to avoid being hit. I just don't like that big guy over there in the right side box.
1-0 the count to Kijnik. Pitch inside for a strike. That slider has been working well for Silva. Even count, 1-1.
Oh, great breaking. Great little off speed there from Gavin.
One and two. Swing and a miss. And that will do it as they go in order in the fifth.
No runs on no hits.
And his fifth strikeout.
And back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings for Gavin Silva. So really, really good work coming in out of the bullpen to relieve Trey Schluter. You know, not getting a ton of innings this year, Gavin Silva. I think earlier in the year they were just letting him recover on his arm, and knowing that we would utilize him here late, and looks like Salaburu is in for Alamo Heights. But yeah, Gavin Silva, not getting a lot of work early and really using him down the stretch, and Krempine having a lot of arms at his disposal. I mean, he's got Knight and Bergman and Landon Miller, having not really needed much, and obviously Oscar Salazar able to go as he did in the New Braunfels series. So none of them really even being needed for this game, all getting some good rest.
Defensive changes
as it looks like we may be able to move on here if we can shut down the next couple of innings. And Robles does move back over to third base for Alamo Heights. And I'm not seeing any other changes. Still Corbin, Gunter in center. Yep, still have William Blake in left. Trey Hildebrand still in right, I believe.
Due up for the Raiders in the sixth, Sparshu, Gonzalez, and Heinrich.
Leading off the top of the sixth for the Raiders, the shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshu.
Little shotty. Yeah, I don't know why the chat it froze up, and then I got inundated with everybody chiming in, so I apologize for that, folks.
Get all of them, get them all their shout-outs for sure.
First pitch gets the outside corner for strike one. Salaburu came in relief last night. That pitch misses high for ball one. Blake Gonzalez on deck. Salaburu shakes off a sign, and then he gets one he likes. That pitch misses low for ball two. The 2-2 pitch misses down and away for ball three. That pitch down and away for ball four. That'll be a leadoff walk for Little Shotty.
Now batting for the Raiders, the third baseman, number 3, Blake Gonzalez.
Blake Gonzalez will come to the plate. Gonzalez has a single, a fielder's choice. He was struck out looking. Back in the fourth. One on with no outs, and Sparshu will take a big lead. Broderick quickly out of his crouch and able to keep a close eye on that ball and hold Sparshoe at first. E.J. Sanchez comes in on relief of Jonathan Kaspar, who has an emergency run to the bathroom. straight from the bullpen. Gonzalez takes for a strike. Well, leaving the count up at 1. So I understand you are a broadcaster yourself. One away for Rainer Heinrich. Rainer Heinrich really kind of struggling at the plate this afternoon. He is 0 for 3 and has been hit by a pitch. He has struck out twice and grounded to second.
The good thing if you're Rouse in that situation is you're able to do that while still putting up 11 runs.
Right, for sure. That first pitch in for a strike. Mikey Caputo on deck for Landon Miller. Salaburo takes a long look in. There's the pause that you look for on the set. And Heinrich lays off for ball 1. Salaburo takes quite a bit of time in his pitch. And they challenge Broderick. And Broderick with a wild throw, which is so uncharacteristic. I mean, he has been spot on with his throw downs to second.
Yeah, it was a great jump, and that's what you have to have if you're going to try to run on Broderick. He's been so dynamic throwing runners out of this entire series.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Mr. inserts himself back into the game. Jonathan Kaspar has returned from the bathroom. And this is a line drive down the left field line, and that will score Sparshoe. An RBI double for Rainer Heinrich.
Your attention. Pitch hitting for the Raiders is number 2, Mikey Caputo.
Salaburo from the stretch, and Caputo will get one on the shoulder.
Caputo will reach on the hit by pitch.
The dulcet tones of E.J. Sanchez. Salazar got a little bounce in his step going there. Got the dance going on. With the stadium tunes here. So look for a defensive change. Parks Zunker may be going to the bullpen.
First defensive substitution for the Mules. Now pitching, number 9, James Kendrick.
Yeah, Zunker's come out, so somebody's already in. Well, no, it's 3 fielders. That's Coach Boyd that's standing there with them. Well, you got runners at first and second, and Mikey Caputo and Rainer Heinrich, Caden Kaspar at the plate. And still waiting for a second baseman to come in. Coming back in. Maybe you just had to make a quick change for some reason. Got a different glove or something.
Zunker remains in the game at second base for Alamo Heights.
James Kendrick on the mound will face Caden Kaspar for the first time. Raiders need 2 runs to end this game in this inning. Kaspar will lay off for ball 1. Salazar on deck. Well, I say that. They won't end the game on that. I said 2. They score 2. They would have to be after this inning. If they score 2, then Alamo Heights will have the bottom. And if they are unable to score, then that would be the end of the game. 2-0 the count to Kaspar. That pitch gets the outside corner. A little adjustment as Kendrick not throwing as hard as the previous pitchers in Salabulu and Robles. Well, 2-1. This is hit up the middle, and Rainer Heinrich rounds third. He's headed for home, and he will score from second base.
Absolutely hammered as it almost takes the head off of Kendrick. And you know what? I just noticed the mic has been muted, and I don't think that I muted it when I came in, so I don't know if everybody at home did get to experience the dulcet tones of Mr. E.J. Sanchez.
Oh, my gosh. Don't tell me that.
Well, I muted it as I was exiting.
Well, you were handing it off. I thought you handed him a hot mic. What's going on with you?
I handed him the board.
Oh, that's it.
I'm done.
I'm docking your pay. That pitch in for a strike to Salazar.
Hey, just take it all, okay? Don't just dock me. Take it all.
Jonathan Kaspar donating his volunteer check to the Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club. That will go to the backstop as a wild pitch, and the runners will move to second and third respectively.
Okay, and I did actually get a quick call for a shout out to Miss Debbie Bavoni having her birthday today. That would be
happy
Mr.
birthday.
Easton's grandmother, Nana. I don't know what they call her.
Well, happy birthday, Grandma.
Meemaw. Nana.
Pitch misses low for a ball. Well, that is disappointing.
They have to have him come back over here.
EJ giving some great color and didn't get captured. What's up with that?
Well, I knew he was coming for my job. See, I did that intentionally, right? I muted it and figured if he didn't know what he was looking at on this board that he wouldn't know. So,
well, then maybe you need to donate your volunteer check to TJ.
I know I had an opportunity to tell you earlier is one of my earliest experiences out here was, Caden Kaspar having an opportunity to be in the Concordia Tornado baseball camp
At
a young age. So I'm hoping they still do that these days.
Fouled away.
Yes. And I'm getting nods over here. And, anybody that wants your boys to have a first-class experience at a baseball camp, come out here to Concordia. It's a beautiful complex, and it's run by the players, so it's really actually done very well. And
Colin Correjo on deck. Kendrick will deal down and away for ball 3. Ozzie the Wizard checking in again. Go Heights.
He is trying
He is pulling for his Mules.
That's right. He's trying to get these boys fired up.
Kendrick comes set. The payoff pitch. That's outside for ball 4, and that'll load the bases.
Well, he had a free base to give, and then now he gets to go after Colin Correa, who's swinging a hot bat right now. Getting an opportunity on my way back in to say hi to his mother, Miss Amanda Correjo, saying, how about those bats? And she is absolutely loving every minute of it.
That is lined into right field, and that will score Mikey Caputo and Caden Kaspar. That is going to be a 2 RBI double for Colin Correjo.
And once again, coming through as he is absolutely hitting rockets down the right field line and doing a really good job of hitting there. First pitch.
Adam Shingleton checking in. Go Rouse.
There you go, one of my co-workers, Adam. Appreciate you, buddy.
We have a pinch hitter, Wyatt Sliger, hitting for Nathan Miller.
Oh, and Miss Bavoni did actually hear that. Wasn't sure whether she was going to get an opportunity to hear that. So, yes, ma'am, anytime. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day.
Raiders leading this one 15-4. Wyatt Sliger getting his first opportunity to bat. Nolan Harris on deck. That pitch misses high.
Yeah, Wyatt was going to have an opportunity in Game 3 in New Braunfels, but unfortunately there was a little bit of a stomach bug floating around, and he caught that right before the game and just was not up to playing. So he's definitely appreciative of this opportunity here.
Pitch down and away for ball 2. 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
And Wyatt is the committed to go play at Western next year.
James Kendricks comes set. He deals high for ball 3. That pitch way outside for ball 4. That'll load the bases. And Nolan Harris will come to the plate.
And again, another visit here from Coach Boyd. Just looking for any of his guys that can come in and throw some strikes for him, and it looks like number 8, Hunt Conger, is now entering the game. And it looks like he is actually entering to go to second. So, yeah, I believe Parks may have come in for a glove change. when he exited the field earlier, knowing that his number would possibly be called next to throw, and sure enough, he is now on the mound. Will be Parks Zunker, coming in from second base to throw for Alamo Heights. And then
Hunt Conger.
Hunt
go to second.
Conger goes to second, number 8.
Your attention. Defensive changes for the Mules. Coming into pitch from second base is number 4, Parks Zunker. Entering the game in at second base is number 8, Hunt Conger.
You know, and he'll get his warm-up pitches here, as he has not had a lot of activity over there at second base really throughout this game. So, you know, definitely want to see him get his warm-up pitches in with it not a cold afternoon, but definitely not warm. So you want to protect that arm and make sure he has plenty of an opportunity here to get good and warm before he sees his first batter.
Adam checking in says, good work on the call here, guys. Really enjoying last night and today. And Snoop Daniel, go Rouse. VAR Austin.
Well, yeah, we appreciate everybody chiming in, and, you know.
Well, he's done it. Snoop Daniel has done such a phenomenal job for high school athletes across the Austin, Central Texas area over the years. Started out with Friday Night Fan Stand, and wow, that was such a highlight. And I have family up in the North Texas area that were envious of the exposure that our athletes were getting down here with Fan Stand and the eye reporters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with all the media avenues that we have out there, you know, to show off these boys and their accomplishments and their skills, you know, it's awesome. It really is great to see that.
He's one of the pioneers to really highlight high school athletes in this area. And the phenomenal job that he's done over the years. First pitch offering to Nolan Harris. Misses down and in for ball 1. Nolan Harris, the 9th batter of the inning. As the Raiders have batted around.
Just immediately going in and falling behind in the count with back-to-back balls, and you know, definitely not what Coach Boyd wants to see at this point. You know, challenge these guys. Let's see if get out of this inning and get your bats up. And
2-1 the count to Harris. Zunker comes set. The 2-1 pitch. That misses for ball 3. A pitch misses low. It would look good.
It did look good, yeah.
Had to be a little bit low. You know, Kevin really doing an overall good job behind the plate today.
He does. He is. I mean, been able to see him a lot over the years.
Ball 4, and that'll walk in a run.
Umping games from youth, you know, 9, 10 years old all the way up. You know, he's been out there doing it for a really long time. And
Landon Doss will pinch hit for Joe Sparshoe.
Pitch hitting for the Raiders is number 1, Landon Doss.
Yeah, Landon Doss, another senior here, getting an opportunity to represent.
Pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1.
In the playoffs, so Coach doing everything he can to spread the wealth here and let everybody have an opportunity.
Doss will hit this one out to right field. And that'll be a sacrifice fly as Correjo will score.
Sacrifice fly for Doss.
Great job there, taking that outer half pitch and driving it, not trying to pull it, not trying to do too much. Go with the way the pitch gives you and drives that to right field for a long enough fly ball to plate Colin Correjo, and then
Tyler
in comes,
Espinosa.
Yep, number 31.
Is number 31, Tyler Espinosa.
Tyler, one of the 3 catchers that we do have in the rotation, seeing a lot more time on the base path as a courtesy runner and pinch runner options, and has seen some time there behind the plate at catcher. He does a really good job. Junior in Tyler Espinosa.
Zunker will step off and reset.
So, yeah, I know
Raiders. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I know we talked about how, we have a lot of juniors coming back. We have 3 junior catchers next year. So,
Wow.
All 3 of our guys that are behind the plate are juniors.
Runners at first and second. That pitch down and away for ball 1. Broderick will call time. He's going to go talk to Zunker. This game coming up on 3 hours.
Yeah, it is. And we have been blessed to get this game in without a torrential
rain, right?
downfall. Yeah.
Pitch outside for ball 2.
As was not the case early, when they had to bump it back a little bit, and we were afraid that, more was to come, and you never know what's going to happen for weather in Texas.
Pitch outside for ball 3. Three and 0 the count to Espinosa. Runners at first and second with 2 away. That pitch just gets the outside corner for strike 1. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Zunker from the stretch. He will spin off and look Sliger back to second.
Obviously not trying to keep anybody on.
This is hit back up the middle. Duffin has it. The throw to second in time, and that will do it for the Raiders' 6th. But the Raiders get
6-4 ends the inning.
6 runs on 2 hits. 3 hits. And they
In the inning, 6 runs
leave
on
1.
3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. As we
And Gavin does make his way back out to look to try to close this game out. As Michael had mentioned a moment ago, it's a 10-run rule after 5. We are now in the 6th, and there is a 13-run deficit for the Alamo Heights. Ultimately, they would need to plate 4 to keep the game alive and have an opportunity in the 7th.
Gavin Silva back out to pitch the 6th for the Raiders. Due up for the Mules. Hildebrand, Gunter, and Duffin. That'll be your 9, 1, and 2 hitters.
Finally got rid of the poncho.
It's like, I got to get out of that. It's
Tell
starting
you
to
what,
get
it
a
was
little warm.
probably warm, I'm sure, in that
For
thing.
the Raiders, Mikey Caputo in center field.
And again, defensively, everything has stayed the same as it has throughout this game, aside from on the mound for the Rouse Raiders, as I believe we still have. No, actually, I'm looking. Is it still
Caputo
Landon
is in center field.
Okay, I was just about to say, because Landon may be coming in just in case needed. He's probably getting some warm-up pitches. But, yes, Mikey Caputo has come into center field.
Right fielder, number 3, Trey Hildebrand.
Hildebrand has walked and hit into a fielder's choice. Actually, Hunter Jones walked as he pinch hit for Hildebrand in the 3rd.
Yeah, and he does offer at that first one, fouling it off. As again, Gavin is just trying to get in there and go after these guys.
Breaking ball in for a strike. And I'll tell you what, if you're sitting in that box, you're thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm about to get hit, and then it breaks across
I know.
the plate.
It's unbelievable.
His curveball working really well. That is fouled off, and the count will remain 0-2.
You know, and again, as you see so often on that curveball, that with that late movement, I mean, it induces a lot of ground balls, and, you know, and that was just a foul grounder.
Pitch down and away for ball one.
You know, it can be very effective as long as you can hit your spots. You know, it can easily get away from you and just throw a lot of balls that way.
1-2 pitch. That's outside for ball two.
As you see him get a little bit away from his body on that one and really just throw it wide.
2-2 the count. Swing and a miss for strike three.
Strikeout for Gavin Silva.
And he is
Silva,
absolutely mowing him down.
That's his sixth strikeout.
Yeah.
Mules now batting
I mean, he's,
the center
I think
fielder,
aside from
number
one walk
11,
that he
Gunter.
gave up when he came in, he has been extremely effective, exactly what Coach needs in that situation.
That is chopped on. That'll be played by Gonzalez. He'll make the throw to first just in time.
5-3
That'll go
Gonzalez
5-3
for the second out.
for out number two.
Now batting for the Mules, the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Duffin.
And this basically being the last opportunity here.
Jackson Duffin has sack bunted. He has sack bunted twice and struck out. First pitch in for a strike. Swing and a miss for strike two, and the Mules are to their final strike. Adam checking in. Attaboy Gavin.
And there we go. We've got the
Fastball just misses outside for ball one.
Rouse faithful getting on their feet to cheer on Gavin Silva here on the potential last strike needed to end the game.
1-2, pitch down and away as he goes back to that slider.
Yeah, that one definitely got away from him as he goes to the bag.
The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike three, and the Raiders have sealed the victory. They will face Cedar Park in the next round of the playoffs.
You know, and I mentioned it earlier, they are absolutely looking forward to that opportunity to right the ship, to change what was the district games that they played against them this year and going 0-4. And just really not happy with that at all. So giving an opportunity here and next week, looking forward to that.
Wow. What a performance in relief by Gavin Silva. Gets 6 punch-outs.
Thanks, Coach.
A heck of a game by Gavin Silva and the Raiders. The Bats just dominated
EJ,
the
thank
Mules.
you, sir, for having us
yes,
in here.
Yes, sir. Thank
Appreciate
you, EJ. We appreciate you. Now, what a game. And Raiders take care of business and will face Cedar Park for the second time in 3 years.
Yeah, and again, previous in 2021, we did face them. And it ended up being a one-game playoff that went to extra innings. Did not go to extra innings.
No,
Cedar
it did
Park
not.
was victorious in that game.
No,
but it was tight in 2021, the one-game playoff against Cedar Park that we played at Georgetown.
No, we didn't go into any extra innings.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I didn't remember, but it was.
Right, you need to go back and watch that broadcast. Okay. That is Steve Kithill's yes game. That's where he broke out, and he had to cancel his vacation plans.
Oh, yes.
Because the Raiders were headed down to Northeast.
Yeah, complex in San Antonio to play against.
No, that was
the number
That was
2.
not an extra inning game. but that was the third game that we'd faced them, and we've made the statement that it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Right.
That the Raiders were able to.
Yeah, which would have been Cedar Park beating us 3 times
Cedar
in a
Park,
row.
right?
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. But
Yeah.
Raiders take care of business, and we will see Cedar Park next week. Details to come up soon, so be paying attention to social media for the details of that contest. If Georgetown, if they're still playing, which we can check here right quick and see if they're still playing right now. Let me do
if you
this.
want to check on that, and I'll go over a quick recap
Right.
here of the game. Obviously, final here, Rouse Raiders winning 17-4 over the Alamo Heights Mules. On the mound for your Rouse Raiders, Trey Schluter starting the game going 2 2/3, and Gavin Silva coming in going 3 1/3. So those two pitchers did combine for 5 hits allowed. The 4 runs that we did see, all 4 being earned runs, they did combine for 9 strikeouts and only 4 walks. They did have 2 hits batters, which was Brooks Kishnick twice. Very effective. Gavin coming in, throwing again for 7 strikeouts, including that final strikeout of the game. On the other side of the mound was a multiple pitcher combination of 5 different pitchers coming in for Alamo Heights, allowing 13 hits, 17 runs, 14 of those earned, only 5 strikeouts and 8 walks. So very similar in game 1, where they did have a lot of walks as well as 5 hit batters to allow a lot of base runners for Rouse. Rouse swinging the bats well today. All but a couple of guys were on the board with hits. In the total scheme, they did end up with 5 extra base hits, did the Rouse Raiders. 2 of those from Nolan Harris, Rainer Heinrich, Caden Kaspar, and Colin Correjo, all contributing with doubles on the afternoon. So just a top-to-bottom, great offensive production, great defensive production on the part of Rouse Raiders to come in and go 2 games and win both for the sweep against Alamo and Heights, and they look now onwards and upwards to face Cedar Park.
James Swift checking in. Here we go. See you there. No extra innings, and y'all beat us. Rematch. We look forward to that. Always enjoy the Swifts listening in. He actually has told me they prefer listening to our broadcast over there.
We have heard that, yes, sir.
Yeah, we've heard
sure.
that from several different fan bases. Georgetown currently leading A&M Consolidated in the bottom of the 5th, 4-1 as they are at bat. They have 1 on with no outs currently. Our good friend Wally Harmon and Kelly Duvall broadcasting the Georgetown Eagle baseball games.
Yeah, I know I've jumped in on a few of those, and they've done a really good job over there. So
that's going on with those guys, and wow, the Raiders with another matchup versus the Cedar Park Timberwolves. So the next round has Smithson Valley versus Bernie Champion, so you have 2 26-5A teams facing off, and then in our area, we're 2 25-5A teams.
It's just weird how the brackets would work that way. I mean,
Right.
I know it's always been like that, but you would think as you make it into the playoffs, you would start to see more of a variety and not somebody that you're very familiar with because you play so many times against them. But, hey, it is what it is. We welcome the challenge, and I know that the boys are up for it, and the bats have really erupted here in the playoffs, which is what we like to see. You peaking and everybody firing on all cylinders. Pitching is doing great. I mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of breaks for the arms on the Rouse side. So, Coach Krimpine will have a lot of opportunities to bring in fresh arms as we do face Cedar Park.
Happy final from here tonight, or this afternoon, 17-4 for your Raiders. And we will let y'all know the details as soon as we hear them and be looking for it on social media As we'll get that link, we'll have to submit
Get
for
permission.
Video permission again. As we move on, the likelihood of that becomes smaller as NFHS may opt to broadcast live stream those games behind a paywall, which is unfortunate, and we don't have a paywall for that. We don't necessarily want to. We want
Everybody
our fans to be able to watch
experience.
the game
Yes.
without having to pay for doing that. So.
And real quick, for those that aren't aware, yes, it's a Cedar Park Rouse situation, but there will be neutral site more than likely. I don't know that there's an opportunity for
They can play home and
continued
home.
home games.
Yeah, they can
so,
play home and home.
Okay.
It's between the coaches.
Okay, so that a decision
So-
there. So we'll see. I mean,
And with that being said, Georgetown may not be an option
right, because they're
for
still
a neutral
alive.
site because it appears that if it stands as is, that Georgetown will still be playing if they beat A&M Consolidated.
And the other thing to be thinking about is again, unfortunately, weather.
Right.
We were able to get this game in, and we were fortunate enough, even though the rain is much appreciated and enjoyed around the area, it can ruin a game quick.
Right.
And, that's why turf fields are key. So Liberty Hill, Glen could be neutral sites because both Cedar Park
turf
and
fields.
Rouse have natural fields. So we
Right.
may not, just for that alone, have the opportunity to have another home game. I know Cedar Park would love another home game, as they did not have a home game in the by-district round.
Right, for
They
sure.
were on the road
For
twice. So just throwing that out there.
The happy final, 17-4. For Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Have a great afternoon, everybody.